This is Meditations, Book 3, presented by Rust Books. Verse 1. A man must not only consider how swiftly his life diminishes, but also this, that even if he lives long, his mind may not endure. He may lose the power to reason clearly, to weigh matters with justice, to contemplate the divine and the human alike. His body might persist, breathing, feeding, imagining, wanting, but that sovereign part of him may falter. How then will he correct his own thoughts? How will he discern what is right, or even judge when it is time to leave this life? So do not delay. Every passing day draws you closer to death and closer to the end of your reasoning self. Use it while it still burns bright. Verse 2. There is a strange beauty in nature's imperfections. Warm, descriptive. A loaf of bread cracks in the oven, its uneven crust somehow more inviting. Figs ripen best when they begin to wrinkle. Olives shine fullest near their fall. With quiet wonder, grapes sag as they sweeten. The furrowed brow of a lion, the foam on a boar's snout. In their raw truth there is form and meaning. So too with old age, with the fading edge of life, with all things that arise from nature. Softly, if your eyes are chaste and your heart attentive, you will see beauty everywhere, not contrived but honest, not polished but true. Verse 3. Hippocrates healed many, but he died. The astrologers foretold others' fates, but could not escape their own. Alexander, Pompey, Caesar, they toppled empires and raised armies, but they too fell. Heraclitus, who spoke of fire and cosmos, died bloated and caked in filth. Democritus was eaten by lice. Socrates was destroyed by men more rotten than any plague. So what now? You've boarded this ship, you've sailed, and now you come to shore. Disembark. If there is another life, there too will be gods. If not, then no pain awaits you, no sensation, no fear, only the end of serving this body, this flesh and blood, a vessel far inferior to the reasoning spirit it once carried. Verse 4. Spend not the remnant of thy days in thoughts and fancies concerning other men, when it is not for the common good, when it distracts you from better work. Ask not what such a man does, or why he acts, or what he says, or thinks, or plans. These curiosities only lead the soul astray, pulling it from its rightful seat of reason and rule. Look well, then, at the stream of your thoughts. Be vigilant. Let nothing idle, nothing malicious take root. And train yourself to think only on those things which, if asked at once, "What are you thinking now?" you might answer, clearly and honestly, "This, and nothing more."
Then shall your soul be seen as it is, sincere, peaceful, fitted for society, not chasing pleasure, not tangled in desire, free from envy, anger, or shame. This is the soul of a man who delays not in seizing what is best, a priest of the gods, dwelling within himself as in a sacred temple, unstained by pleasure, unafraid of pain, unwounded by insult, unshaken by passions, a true wrestler for the highest prize, holding fast to righteousness, accepting all things that come, not bitterly, but with full and open heart. Such a one minds not the words or acts of others, unless necessity calls him to public good. He tends only what his thoughts, his choices, his portion. And this portion, given by fate or providence, he calls not a burden, but a blessing. He remembers this too, that all who share in reason are kin, that care for mankind is nature's law, And as for praise and honor, he seeks them not from those who do not live by nature. For he knows who they are, how they live day and night. He sees their habits, and so their praise means nothing, coming from those who cannot even approve of themselves. Verse 5. Do nothing against thy will, nor contrary to the good of the community. Act with reason, not in haste, not reluctantly. Speak plainly, avoid the vanity of elegant language. Be neither a great talker nor an overreacher. And let the God within you, your highest self, find that it rules over a true man, a man of age, of society, a Roman, a prince, a soul prepared to depart life at the trumpet's call, calm, steady, without need of oath or witness. Verse 6. Be cheerful, stand straight on your own, not needing others to prop you up, not reliant on their comfort or their permission to be at peace. Let your soul be like one that was always upright, rather than one that had to be corrected. Verse 7. If in this mortal life you find anything better, better than righteousness, better than truth, better than temperance or fortitude, better than a mind at peace, content both with what it chooses and with what is given by providence. If you find such a thing, then give yourself to it fully. Wherever it is, embrace it. But if there is nothing more worthy than the Spirit within you, than the mastery of your own desires, than restraint, than reverence for the gods, and care for all mankind, then turn away from all else. Reject what distracts and divides. For once your heart leans toward another path, even for a moment, you may lose the power to return. Desire creeps in and corrupts the mind. It clouds the clarity of reason.
So choose, freely and without hesitation, what is best, what is truly profitable, not to the body, not to the crowd, but to your rational soul. Reject all lesser goods, honor, riches, pleasure, when they challenge the good that is your own, the good that thinks, acts, and obeys reason. Verse 8. Never call anything profitable if it costs you your integrity, not if it makes you break your word or lose your modesty, not if it tempts you to hate, to lie, to envy, to curse in secret, or to lust for what hides behind closed doors. The man who holds his rational spirit above all, who honors the sacred power of virtue within, he will not complain, he will not groan, he will not hunger for isolation, nor be desperate for company. He will live free, free from desire and free from fear. And life itself, whether it is long or short, makes no difference. If death came now, he would meet it as he would any other task, with calm dignity. For this alone he guards, that his mind remains engaged in work proper to a rational, social being. Verse 9. In a mind truly cleansed, there is no rot, no filth, no decay, no servitude to passion, no forced charm, no hidden hatred, no tangled loyalties, no secrets. Such a life cannot be caught by death as if unprepared. It ends as a play does, not cut short, but completed, not tragic, but whole. Verse 10. Treat your power of judgment with reverence, for in this lies everything. Let no opinion arise in your mind that is unworthy of nature, or of your duty as a rational being. Your purpose as a creature endowed with reason is to act without recklessness, to show kindness toward others, and to submit gracefully to the will of the gods. Hold fast to these few principles. Let go of everything else. And remember, no man truly lives more than this fleeting moment. All else is either lost in the past or shrouded in uncertainty. Life is short. The space you occupy, smaller still. And the fame you chase after death, that too is nothing, sustained only by mortal tongues, who themselves soon vanish, never knowing even themselves, let alone a man long buried beneath the dust. Verse 11. Add this to your daily discipline. When anything appears before you, pause and break it down. Look at it piece by piece. Strip it of illusion. Name its parts plainly. See it as it truly is, naked, raw, without the mask.
For nothing builds true greatness of soul like seeing the nature of things with precision and without fear. Ask yourself, what is this thing? What is its purpose? What is its place in the order of nature? What value does it truly hold in relation to the universe and in relation to you, a citizen of the great city, of which every other city is but a household? Verse 12. What is this thing that has captured my attention? What is it made of? How long can it last? And most importantly, which of the virtues applies here? Is it meekness, fortitude, truth, faith, sincerity, contentment? Every moment, ask yourself, does this come from the gods, or is it born of fate, woven by the chain of all things? Or perhaps, is it the product of sheer coincidence? And when something comes from another person, a neighbor, a fellow human, know that it arises from ignorance. They do not yet see what nature intends for them, but you do. So act according to nature, with kindness and with justice. And as for all else, those things neither good nor bad in themselves, respond as reason directs, and treat them with the worth they truly possess. Verse 13. If you keep your focus on what is present and pursue it with clarity, reason, humility, if you leave aside distractions and guard your inner spirit, keeping it free, clean, and untainted, if you follow the God within you with no fear of loss and no hunger for reward, if you speak and act with heroic honesty, then you will live a life of peace, and no one, no force in the world can take that away from you. Verse 14. As physicians keep their tools ready, sharp for sudden wounds, swift for emergencies, so must you always have your principles, your dogmata, ready at hand. In every action, even the smallest, hold close the link between what is human and what is divine. Never separate the two, for you will not succeed in earthly things if you forget the higher order, nor in divine matters if you ignore the world of men. Verse 15. Don't deceive yourself. You won't live long enough to read all your moral treatises, your notes on the lives of Greeks and Romans, or the many books you've set aside for old age. Verse 16. So, let go of those distant hopes, and if you truly care for yourself, begin now. Help yourself before it's too late. Verse 16. To steal, to sow, to buy, to be still, to perceive what cannot be seen with eyes, but only with insight. Many speak these words, but few understand what they mean. The body has its senses, the soul its cravings and fears, but the mind, the understanding, holds the doctrines, the truths by which we live. Verse 17. Imagination and wandering fancies, these belong to both man and beast. To be pulled blindly by lust, to be governed by craving and rage, that is the domain of monsters, of Nero, of Phalaris. Even reason can be used by those who deny the gods, who would betray their own country, who commit wrongs behind closed doors. So then, if beasts may feel and villains may reason, what is left for the truly good man? It is this: to welcome all that fate assigns, to guard the soul within as though it were a god dwelling in his chest, to let no lies pass his lips, to commit no injustice with his hands, to live uprightly, whether or not the world sees it, and to never grow bitter when it does not. When the end of life draws near, he is ready, not forced, not dragged, but willing and at peace with whatever portion the universe has given him.